Hello and welcome. In 30 minutes' time, Indian women will perhaps play one of the most important matches in their recent hockey history. I can, of course, remember the Tokyo Olympics, but this is no less. A ticket to Paris is what awaits them, especially after last night, what we saw in Ranchi. Incredible fight. Unfortunately, we went down in the sudden death. Today, we face a do or die against Japan. Joining me is Kannan from New Delhi. Joining me from Ranchi on ground, Bharat Ramraj, and of course my friend Shubhan Chakraborty here in the studio. Incredible match awaiting us. Bharat, to you first. After yesterday, how difficult it is for Yannicka Shotman to get the girls back? Mentally, they will be fatigued, but they'll have to come out firing again. Bharat.
Yeah, they must be mentally trained the players. But one good thing is Yannick Koopman obviously has won a lot of World Cup medals, Olympic medals. So she would know when you lose a match here or there, or when you're under pressure, how it works out. So I hope that she can motivate the players again. Obviously, it is a big thing for the Indian players. So that itself should be enough motivation for the Indian girls to come out firing. This is a match that India can actually win, because if you look at both sides on paper, then India looks stronger. But it's all about executing, implementing the plans.
Kannan, your thoughts?
I think this is part of the game that you recover fast. I was watching the match yesterday. I just want to take you back to the practice match between India and Germany in Ranchi. Yesterday it was regulation period level scores, then a shootout, sudden death. But in a practice match, India versus Germany, the scoreline was 4-1 in favor of Germany. So you can imagine what ground the Indians have gained. But yes, the most important recovery is the physical recovery, because it's not even 24 hours. It's going to be in less than about 21 hours. And the mental recovery. But I think Ranchi crowd, and there's going to be full of Josh. I think they know that a ticket to Paris at stake. And I'm very upbeat about this Indian team, the coach, and the entire lot. In the absence of Vandana Kataria, the way they've rallied, the way they've fought, I think if they pull it off, it'll be brilliant. But tonight, or rather today, 4:30 p.m., because we are used to 7:30 p.m. matches. So if you're going to see India win today, it'll be really fantastic.
Joining us also is Chi Rajaraman. But before I go to Raja Shubhan, yesterday, even us genuinely stoic minus Dhoni had to control his emotion. After that penalty shootout goal was given with 2 seconds on the clock, Dhoni just couldn't. I mean, silent word from Dhoni maybe for the guys.
Maybe because we have been seeing Dhoni. He has been signing autographs for the women's team of some of the state cricket teams like Delhi, the Mumbai. He has been meeting them. So I think if Dhoni can go up and have a quick knock, best of luck. That itself is huge because it's all about. Absolutely, and today will be all about how you deal mentally because physically both Japan and India will be exhausted. Mentally, they both will be drained. So it's all about how mentally you can push yourself out there on the court. If they can do that, yeah, Japan, India has a great record. In last 10, 12 matches, they have lost only two matches against Japan. Other than that, they have had outright victories 4-1, 4-2, 3-0. So looking forward to the match and hopefully that touch drop the stand will work wonders for the Indian team.
Raja, if I could ask you after last night, how difficult do you reckon is this mental recovery that Kannan spoke about, that Bharat spoke about, that Shubhan spoke about? And do you think our girls are capable? Because the crowd will push them.
There is no doubt that it will be a challenge, Boria. But I think this Indian team will not have to think about recovery. It will have to go in thinking that this is that one opportunity that it has got to try and get that place in the Paris Olympics. It is the last chance, actually. And if this Indian team start thinking about how tough it is to recover, then it possibly won't. So they'll have to think that this is the one match in which they were destined to play in this tournament and have to win it. They can't even think about the loss to Japan in the league stage. They'll have to look at this as
US.
a one-off game and try and win it the best they can. And like you tweeted last night, if they play at 50% of what they did against Germany, they can possibly beat Japan, but they'll have to be 100%, be there, and nail the qualification this time.
I agree. I mean, all my guests saying the same thing. But Bharat, give us a sense of what's going on. Give us a sense of the build-up. What's the crowd like? Is it already packed? People in? Give us a sense from on ground. Bharat Ramram.
Yeah, it's again jam packed. The stadium is again jam packed. Even at 1:32 p.m., most of them had come here, not just for the India Japan game. They were even watching the Black Sticks, the New Zealand taking on Italy. Even at that time, 50-60% of the crowd, 50-60% of the stadium was completely filled. So that tells you how much the fans are looking forward to watching this match. And again, yesterday it was a complete bedlam here in the respect that uh, the media, in the media box you couldn't even see what was happening in the middle because everyone was standing up, everyone was jumping up and down. There was a lot of noise here. It was quite crazy. In the media box, we had to even keep saying, please sit down," because we can't see from here. That's how it was here. Today as well, expect a completely jam-packed stadium with full crowd support.
So Bharat, if India wins, when people ask you to sit down, will you listen like an obedient person, or you will start jumping also like we will?
Sorry.
If India wins, will you listen to them and sit down, or will you also jump? We will all jump and not listen. What about you?
I am a calm person, so yeah, I'll just clap and
But Shubhat, talk to me about pressure, and I will go to Kannan also with the same question. Massive pressure.
Absolutely, but there was pressure when India lost their first match and then made a tremendous comeback in this tournament. So pressure will be there. These girls know, every athlete in the Indian sporting ecosystem know that whenever they are out on the field, out on the track, out on the court, they have pressure because everyone is watching, and especially when the occasion is this big, then they will know that we will have the backing, not from the stands, of course, from the stands they will shout Bharat Mata Ki Jai, Vande Mataram, all such chants. But whoever is watching from their television, from their mobile phones, from their tablets, these girls will know that they have the support of the entire country. So it's all about, as I said, it's all about mentally keeping everything aside and just focusing on what they have to do. They will have to run hard, they will have to defend for their lives, and they will have to convert, they will have to be clinical in front of the goal. If they can do that, and as Raja sir said, if they can be at 50% of what they did against world beaters Germany, they will easily win this match.
And then a word on Savita Punia. I mean, yesterday she was brilliant. I mean, as leader and in goal, even stopping the two penalty first of the three first penalties, she stopped two. Some people saying that the Paris Olympics, if India qualifies, could be her last. How important is this for Savita Punia?
Very important. I spoke to Savita once she returned from Tokyo. She said age is just a number that I would like to go full tilt for Paris. So this is going to be her dream come true if India qualifies today. And I think she definitely was maybe not the player of the match, but definitely the stellar performer yesterday. Because when it comes to shootout, we all give immense amount of credit to P.R. Srijesh in the men's hockey team. So this is what Savita has done. She's the senior pro. Obviously, she's missing someone like Vandana Kataria, but the way Salima Tete and there's so many others. You look in the front, you've got someone like Baljit, you've got Jyoti, so many more. If it's not too hard on these girls, each one of them has combined. I've seen that some of these girls, they've got their knees strapped, and maybe in terms of fitness they're not 100%, but in terms of putting in heart and soul and stretching every sinew, they've been there. But Savita obviously is a legend, and she knows that she's got to pull it off. And I'm just hoping that it doesn't get to that stage today where you have a shootout or anything, you just shut it out, maybe play full press, as is the terminology in hockey, pump in 2 goals or 3 goals and then close it out. That would be a fitting end to this tournament. It's just like it began on 13th and today is 19th. For the sheer volume of matches played, it has been extremely demanding on all teams. And well, we talk of Indians not being strong. I think they've shown great strength to have competed against a strong European side like Germany. And then coming back to this team today, Japan, I think it's going to be a different kind of hockey, but yeah, we want India to win.
Raja, I mean, taking a cue from Kannan, I mean, he's absolutely right about Savitash. He's a legend of the sport. But actually, when you think of it, Deep Grace Eka missing, Shusila Chalu missing, Vandana Kataria cheekbone fracture missing, and so many young girls in this side to be able to stand up. That's question one. And secondly, after the first USA game, which we lost and missed 6 or 7 penalty corners, to come back and start scoring from penalty corners, whether it's Udita Duhan, whether it's Deepika yesterday, tells a lot about the mentality of this Indian team, Raja.
I think it speaks well for the depth that Indian hockey has nourished over the last few years. The second line has to stand up at some point of time or the other, and just as well they're doing it right now. To see penalty corners being scored in the first minute, to see attacks being launched in that first minute, tells you of the kind of mindset that this Indian team has got. Also tells us that with so many of the senior players missing, it is the younger lot which is putting its hand up and being counted. I think it is great for Indian women's hockey. It's great for Indian hockey that they have remained so competitive. Not many would have given them the chance of staying in the reckoning for a place in the Olympic Games. But we all knew that it would perhaps boil down to the third place match after that
Yes.
shock loss against the United States. I think we all were bracing ourselves up because we knew beating Germany was going to be tough, but they played their hearts out last night. And if they can produce similar magic and stay competitive, believe in themselves, I think this Indian team can nail that berth in the Olympic Games.
What really stood out for me, I mean, we always talk about Indian teams conceding goals in the last few minutes. Yesterday, we conceded one, 4 minutes on the clock. Quarter four, we conceded. But then to come back for Ishika Chaudhary to get that goal under pressure, 1 minute, 18 seconds on the clock, said a lot about the mental composure of these girls. Bharat Ram.
Yeah, India right through the match showed a lot of. They definitely handled the pressure really well for a lot for major part of the match. But one point I would add is when needed, India's defense was very good, but a couple of mistakes happened from the defense itself. That is why Germany scored a couple of goals. So in that sense, a little bit of mixed bag there. But in terms of pressure, the way they handled right through the 4 quarters, it was great to watch. When Stephen Horst scored a couple of goals, the second goal when she scored, I thought it is all over. The match is all over. And then suddenly from nowhere, in that penalty corner, she scored that goal. And again, the crowd absolutely erupted here. One couldn't even see what exactly was happening, but it was great to see the way Indians handled the pressure. I think somewhere it also the credit has to go to the coach somewhere because she has been involved in every practice session here, not just directing. She's personally involved in every practice session somewhere. I think she's the one who's motivating this player.
From that, Yannicka Stockman was on Hockey India, the side saying, every match we have played as a final, and today is no different. And by the way, I spoke to Yannicka Stockman and Sarita Pune at 11 p.m. last night for about a good 7-8 minutes. And I said, forget what happened. And let us go. And she said, look, we'll try, and my job is to ensure that we do exactly what you're saying, but keep the support. It was a degree of practicality, that I really liked. I mean, she's there, composed, with her wits. Yes, her jump said how excited she was. But a word on Yannicka Stockman.
Oh, absolutely tremendous, especially after that first loss. It is never easy for a coach to, motivate your players. They are automatically motivated, but somehow after that shock defeat, players, it's very easy that their shoulders go down very quickly, and that's where the coach's job comes into play. And she has been absolutely brilliant, as you said, the practicality which these overseas coaches bring, and it's not like the Indian coaches are bad, but overseas coaches have that reality check in them that we can do. We are not unbeatable, and it's very important that when youngsters are doing well, as Kanan said, this team is packed with youngsters. So very easy that they can say sense, okay, we have won 2 matches, we'll easily go on and win the tournament or defeat bigger teams. But here where the coaches come and say, we have done really well, stay grounded, keep working hard. The tournament is not over. We have a really big match to play. So don't get ahead of yourself and keep doing what you have been doing. And that's what her job will be today because, as I said, it will be more mental than physical today.
More mental than physical, says Shubhan Chakraborty Kangal. And after the Asian Games, we've seen the addition of a mental conditioning coach in Pierre. I mean, Pierre Herbert coming there, helping the girls exactly like the way Paddy Upton did for the men in Hangzhou. How important do you think that could be today, especially when you're trying to recover in 21 hours, like you pointed out? Kangal.
I quickly want to take you back to Yannick Schopman. Everyone thinks that she's taken over the team only from Tokyo. People probably need to be reminded that Schopman was the understudy to former coach who helped
Absolutely.
India finish fourth in Tokyo Sword Marine. She knows enough about this team from about 5-6 years, and she's been with them. Obviously there's been a bit of misunderstanding between Schopman and a few officials, but that's kind of sorted now. But yes, someone to help out in the psychological aspect, the mental aspect, or the mental toughness aspect works. That's going to be as important role as in physios, masseurs, trainers, getting them all in shape today. But yeah, how much you speak about Yannick Chopin, she's handled it well. When the team did not win gold in Hangzhou, the pressure was there. She was looking stressed out at the airport. I saw her. But then they came back. It's the same Ranchi where the Indian team won the Asian Champions Trophy. And I think it's that spirit of Ranchi which is going to carry them today. So 21 hours or 18 hours, they're not going to worry. I think Indian women's hockey is all about putting in 100%. They'll do whatever it takes. And I think less than 10 minutes to go from now, I'll try and cheer how much I can. That's it.
Then Raja, I mean, someone rightly said that from Tokyo or before Tokyo, and one thinks back to that Australia game in Tokyo, and Savita Punia will give Yannicka Shotman a lot of credit for the way she has evolved in Rio. Because in Rio, Savita Punia was scared, was frightened. We saw her worst there, but then to come back and then do what she did in Tokyo, a lot of credit has to go to Yannicka Shotman. And the captain and the coach bond really well together, and they both said this at least 100 times to the media. Now, something. I mean, 10 minutes to go. What's the last minute? You were part of the media contingent in Hangzhou, Raja. They missed an opportunity there. But then they beat the same Japan in Ranchi in the Asian Champions Trophy. Do these things matter? That we've beaten a team. We've beaten them time and again. We can do it. Do these things matter?
Yeah, psychologically it might, but it's also true that Indian team is not the same squad that it was that beat Japan in Ranchi. The compositions will be different. The whole approach will have to be different. There is a lot more at stake today than there was in the Asian Champions Trophy. I think Japan will also try and stop India. They will want that Olympic berth as badly as India does, and they have got a good set of players as well. So it's going to be a good contest. But like you pointed out, the chemistry between the coach and the captain is fabulous. They have been together for more than 5 years, as Kanan pointed out. It's very important that there is a system of continuity in place, and that is what is producing the results. The assembly line has been kept in good trim, and to see young players come in and adapt themselves to the challenges of international hockey is fabulous as well. I think every woman in this team, irrespective of age, uh, respects Savita Punia a hell of a lot, and I think that is what makes them give their 100% every time they step on. Obviously they are playing for the flag, they're playing for the country, but when you have an inspirational leader like Savita Punia, you want to do your slight best. It is like what we've seen in cricket. There are times where Sachin Tendulkar was the icon, and everybody in the Indian team wanted to win the World Cup for Sachin back in
Yeah.
2011. We have seen similar scenes for Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma as well. So Savita Punia is no different. She's one of the tallest leaders in Indian sport, and I think this Indian team is rallying around her brilliantly. And to have a coach who supports her, and to have the captain understand what the coach wants from the team, to be on the same page, I think it is fabulous. I think there are more and more sports that need to take a leaf out of the chemistry that Savita and Shopman share, and ensure that Indian sport goes forward.
Let me take closing comments in the last 4 5 minutes on my show from all my guests. Shubhan, first to you. Neeraj Chopra went and addressed the girls in South Africa before the Under 19 World Cup final. Deepak Sadhu went and did what she did. Mahendra Singh Dhoni was there. Do you think, having seen sport, studied sport, covered sport, do you think these things make a difference when someone like a Dhoni or a Chopra who have been there, done that, legends, champions, go and say, yes, you can?
Absolutely, it does. It does makes a huge make a huge difference because as I said earlier, MS Dhoni sitting and suddenly you take a glance, you see a world champion, one of India's most successful cricket captain sitting there. You automatically get motivated that we have to give our best because not only the fans are cheering for us, but MS Dhoni, a legend like MS Dhoni, is also cheering for us. So that uplifts the environment of the entire team, the mood of the entire team. And I'm pretty sure if MS Dhoni does not have any prior commitments, then he will be there in the stands today as well.
Kannan, closing comments? You, Bharat, and then I'll give Bharat the last word. You, Raja, and then Bharat. Kannan first.
Well, I think when you're playing in front of someone as important as Dhoni, you get motivation on your own. It's not necessary that Dhoni has to be physically present today. The spirit of Dhoni, the aura of Dhoni, the way he's such a motivational leader, his presence yesterday itself would have lifted them to fire so consistently against Germany. And I think they know that what Dhoni means to Jharkhand, from where he emerged. So they have to carry that spirit of Dhoni forward, and they have to bring on that Dhoni act today, if that is the right phrase. And I think they will do it today. I'll hand it over to the other two, Rajaram and Bharat.
Raja, closing comments?
I think Dhoni will be a factor, but not such a big one. The women in the team know that they're playing for a place in the Olympic Games. I think that itself is high enough motivation for them. The way they played against Germany will tell them what they're capable of. Germany is one of the top sides in the world, ranked higher than India, and to have fought so hard and lost only on penalty shootout will motivate them enough. I'm not saying Dhoni is not a motivator; he's fabulous, but this Indian team has got a set of people who can drive the team forward. The coach and the captain are good enough. I think that they will want to give off their 100% this evening and ensure that all of us celebrate an Indian team getting to the Olympic Games one more time.
Bharat, provided we
Yeah,
win,
on
which we
paper,
should, I really hope you get us something superb from ground. Some of these fans who are jumping on you, those can be visuals which we can't replicate. People jumping on Bharat Ramraj and hugging you and celebrating. Get us those visuals. Closing comments, Bharat Ramraj.
yeah, see, on paper, India should win this. If you look at the matchup, India should win this. Yeah, Japan will be very disciplined. They will go for double teaming. They will mark the Indian side, Indian players, especially Salima Tete. Yesterday, Germany really marked Salima really well, but they are a lot more physical than Japan. So India, I think, will attack a lot more than Japan. But also watch out for this Japan goalkeeper Tanaka. He stopped a lot of penalty corners against Germany. If something is going to stop India, I think it is the Japan goalkeeper Tanaka. But I hope that India will come out on top, and yeah, there are a lot of celebration. Hopefully.
Okay, we will be back with you at the end of the match. Hopefully, India qualifies because then the celebrations will just start in Ranchi. We spoke to Yannicka Shopman. We spoke to Savita Punia as part of our build-up to this huge qualifier that India will be playing over the last week. We've been talking about both of them. We leave you with some comments from Savita Punia and Yannicka Shopman. 5 minutes to go for the huge match, India versus Japan. Here's Savita and Yannicka. And as I said, on Ref Sports, we will be back. End of the match. Fingers crossed, celebrating Indian team qualifying for Paris. Kannan, Bharat, Raja, Shubhan, thank you very much for watching. Savita and Yannicka Shopman.
Thank you.
It's an important 2 weeks coming up as of right now with the preparation and then the tournament itself. And we're ready. We're excited. And of course, the pressure's there. So yeah, we've had a lot of learnings from the last couple of months. And yeah, we're hoping that we are ready to go. or I know we're ready to go, but you never know what the other teams will do. It was good that we were allowed to take 22 players there. We've had some injuries, unfortunately, and some more experienced players not being able to play and participate as well in Spain. But the good news is that we have a lot of young talent, and they got the opportunity there, and they will get the opportunity here. And I'm excited, and I know they can play good hockey. And yeah, we're going to show our best. But Spain was really helpful in that respect, because we've seen a lot of Asian teams. We haven't seen so much of the Western style of hockey in the last couple of months. So that's why the Spain tournament was really important, to go back to that, different style of play. So we are more acquainted to it.
आई थिंक इससे बड़ा हमारे लिए इस टाइम और कोई इवेंट भी नहीं है, क्योंकि कॉमनवेल्थ, एशियन गेम, एशियन चैंपियन ट्रॉफी, सब एक ओलंपिक्स का जो बाकी जो सफर है, सबको पता है कि हमारी टीम में कुछ प्लेयर्स हैं जिनका ऑलरेडी 2 ओलंपिक्स हो चुके हैं, और कुछ हैं जिनका एक भी नहीं है। तो वो एक टीम का बैलेंस साथ में लेके चलना, और उनके अंदर वो एक्साइटमेंट है कि हाँ, हमें ओलंपिक्स जाना है। टू बी ऑनेस्ट, जो सर पिछले 2-3 साल में टीम ने इम्प्रूव किया है, हम डिजर्व करते हैं ओलंपिक्स में जाना। बट यहाँ पे बाकी जो टीम्स भी आई हुई है, कोई भी इस चीज को इजी तो नहीं लेंगी, हर कोई अपना बेस्ट देंगी, और हमारी भी प्रिपरेशन काफी अच्छी चल रही है। इससे थोड़े दिन पहले ही हम स्पेन में गए थे, और वहाँ पे बेल्जियम, जर्मनी, स्पेन एंड आयरलैंड के साथ हमारे टेस्ट मैचेस थे, और काफी अच्छे मैच रहे, काफी अच्छी परफॉर्मेंस थी। और अब तो डू और डाई वाली बात है सर, जो भी है अपना इंडिविजुअल और एज ए टीम अपना क्या बेस्ट दे सकते हैं टीम के लिए, वो हमें करना है। अभी तो यही बोल सकती हूँ कि वी आर रेडी एंड वी आर एक्साइटेड फॉर द टूर्नामेंट। और रांची में है तो डेफिनेटली लड़कियों के अंदर और ज्यादा वो एक ईगर है कि हाँ, हमें खेलना है, क्योंकि अभी थोड़े टाइम पहले ही हमने यहाँ पे एशियन चैंपियन ट्रॉफी खेला था, और बहुत जो सपोर्ट जो मिल सकती थी, जितना सोचा था उससे ज्यादा मिली थी। क्योंकि मैंने 2011 में भी यहाँ पे नेशनल गेम खेला था, तो उस टाइम मैंने घर पे जाके पापा को बताया कि पूरा स्टेडियम भरा हुआ था, लोग छत पे, पेड़ों पे लटक लटक के मैच देख रहे हैं। तो वो चीज हमने फिर से वापस एशियन चैंपियन ट्रॉफी में देखी, और अभी भी देख रहे हैं कि रास्ते में जब आ रहे हैं, जा रहे हैं, सबके अंदर वो एक्साइटमेंट कि हाँ, वापिस से हॉकी यहाँ पे टूर्नामेंट होने वाला है। तो याद है मुझे सेमीफाइनल मैच एशियन चैंपियन ट्रॉफी में कोरिया के साथ था, थोड़ा सा एक क्वार्टर में परफॉर्मेंस थोड़ा ऊपर नीचे था, और ऑडियंस ने मतलब इतना चेयर किया कि वापस से फिर वो रिदम में वापस आ गए। वो एक पॉजिटिव जो सपोर्ट यहाँ से मिलता है, तो होपफुली इस टूर्नामेंट में भी हमें वो मिलेगा।